In this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 pros and cons to living in Gig Harbor, Washington. Number one thing that Gig Harbor has to offer is all the exceptional waterfront. It's got miles and miles of waterfront for you. Fox Island, obviously surrounded by water, it's an island, Raft Island, but you got Wallachia Bay, Henderson Bay, Horsehead Bay, you got the actual downtown Gig Harbor itself. Waterfront galore. That includes exceptional real estate for you to purchase, as well as the downtown area with all the shops, walking area, jogging trails. They have concerts in the park right there on the water every summer. It's fantastic. The most beautiful place you'll ever see. Number one con to Gig Harbor is it's pretty remote to get to some places. Some of those things that I mentioned in the top thing as far as exceptional waterfront, it might take a while to get out there. If you live way out in Rosedale or Artondale or on the tip of Fox Island, it might take you 20-25 minutes just to get to the freeway. So it's kind of remote, so that's kind of a con that some people look at. Number 2, top reason to live in Gig Harbor is its location, proximity to everything. It's got everything you need right here in town: Costco, Target, YMCA, all the amenities you need, Home Depot, everything like that. Pretty close to Tacoma for more big city type stuff. But it's just far enough away from the big towns like Seattle, so you feel a little more isolated. So location is great. So that's a pro. A con with that is the location. It's kind of hard to get here once in a while. Traffic has built up over the years. Gig Harbor has grown so much. You get some traffic during rush hour now. You have to cross the Narrows Bridge to get here when there's a toll with that. You're about an hour away from the airport. Accessing Seattle's kind of hard, and the public transit's not great. There's limited buses here in Gig Harbor, and there's no ferry that you can hop on and just get you right to Seattle. So location might be a pro for some and a con for others. Number 3 on the list of pros and cons for living in Gig Harbor, a real pro, is this is a great, clean, nice, comfortable community. There's no graffiti, there's no real crime to speak of, there's no homeless problem, no tents on the streets like you find in some of the big downtown city areas. It's just really pleasant, a nice sense of community. The con that goes with that is you pay for it. It's not cheap here. The average home price is $804,000. That's all based on the Northwest MLS latest statistics. And so, you know, home prices are high, it's expensive to get here, and then therefore, of course, property taxes are high. They're reflective of your home price. So the con is it's expensive, but with that expense, the pro of it is a really nice area to live. Number 4 of a great reason to live in Gig Harbor, excuse me, is the school district. School's got a great reputation here. There's 2 high schools here, a number of junior highs, and of course a lot of elementary schools. All of them have great reputations, high test scores. People move specifically here just for the school district. It's got a really good reputation. Number 4 con for Gig Harbor is it's kind of got this air of arrogance, if you will. It's known to be a little snooty, a little uppity. It is definitely an upper demographic, but it's kind of got a reputation of kind of keeping up with the Joneses, being a little better than everybody else. So that's some of the stuff that kind of comes into Gig Harbor. So while it's a very nice place to live and the schools are great and it's clean and everything that I mentioned before, you have that little air of arrogance that goes along with it as well. At least that's the stereotype and rumor that's out there. Number 5 on that list of pros and cons about Gig Harbor. Remember how earlier I mentioned a con that is pretty expensive? Well, that's also a positive for you as well. While you might pay higher for your home, the appreciation is through the roof. Our rate of return, if you will, or the appreciation on the homes is much higher in this area than other parts of Washington and the whole country for that matter. So your home prices are just going to continue to go up. It's really a desired area, so really supply and demand. There's limited supply for homes, and the demand to live here is huge. So while you pay a lot to get in, your property value is going to go way up, which will benefit you when you go to sell. So that's a definite plus. A negative is there's a lot of HOAs in this area. So that's just going to add to your expense. If you buy into a neighborhood that has another $130, $150 a month HOA dues, that's just more expense for you. And there's a lot of them around here. So if you are looking to move here and you want to stay away from those HOAs that adds expense and restricts what you can do with the property potentially, make sure you're really clear with your real estate agent that you do not want to be in an HOA community. And that's going to handcuff you a little bit. Like I said, there's a lot of them around here. So there's places that you can find that aren't, but it's going to limit you for sure. So those are the top 5 pros and cons for living in Gig Harbor. See you on the next episode.